President Petro Poroshenko called a frenzied attack by fake show on the TV channel 1+1, owned by businessman Igor Kolomoisky. The time of the program, Ukrainian sensations, called 50 Shades of Poroshenko. The main accuser in the program is the deputy of the parliament Alexander Onishchenko, who is suspected of serious economic crimes, and who is now hiding from Ukrainian law enforcers outside Ukraine. The evening of March 25, the deputy from BPP Artur Gerasimov said that Petro Poroshenko to sue for 1+1. A message posted on the campaign website of the incumbent. The TV show, which appeared a week before the election, Alexander Onishchenko said that meant. He claims that he is evidence of corruption, Petro Poroshenko, namely vote-buying MPs during important votes in parliament, a financial transaction in favor of their own business, trying to outbid the TV channel 112. Ukraine. Mr. Onishchenko admits that he was a participant of the scheme of sale of deputies' e-votes for certain voting and demonstrates the alleged telephone correspondence with representatives of the BPP. In the TV there was also an accusation of the president about the alleged possible involvement in the death of his brother many years ago. A similar version first appeared before on TV. Poroshenko himself the next day after the screening of the TV program said that raging fire fakes with the oligarchic channels is actually disrespectful to the state, the people, and attempt to undermine Ukraine's image in the world. Together we will make information attack, despite the intense fire fakes with an oligarchical channels. One of the largest channels, which belongs to oligarch, who is hiding from the Ukrainian justice in Israel, on Friday or Saturday for 1 hour, Poroshenko murdered his brother, Poroshenko was poisoned by relatives, Poroshenko created hundreds of thugs who kill Ukrainians, against Poroshenko violated in EU and US criminal cases. All it took from the Russian channel, NTV, said the president. Artur Gerasimov, commenting on the president's decision to sue 1+1, said that the owner of the channel, Igor Kolomoisky, has not withstood the test of fourth power. He turned the channel into an instrument of dirty political technologies and black prairie against one of the presidential candidates, namely Petro Poroshenko. Igor Kolomoisky grossly trampled the basic principles of free journalism and freedom of speech. It is obvious that Mr. Kolomoisky is guided by a sense of revenge to the state, he said. Immediately after the first statements of Alexander Onishchenko about the dirt on Petro Poroshenko in 2016 and subsequent years, the General Prosecutor's Office and the administration of the President of Ukraine called published materials fake, and a prairie person who flees from prosecution for serious crimes. July 2016, the parliament gave consent for the apprehension and bringing Alexander Onishchenko to criminal liability. At the time he was a member of the faction People's Will. He is accused of misappropriation of state property in especially large amounts committed as part of the criminal organization involving a series of fictitious companies. They produced gas on the stock exchanges dummy they sold to intermediary firms at a much lower price. These firms sold it on the market at a substantially higher price. The difference in cost, say in Nabu, were transferred to cash and appropriated by the initiators of the scheme. Prosecutor General Yuri Lutsenko claimed that as a result of criminal acts of Mr. Onishchenko, and he controls the criminal organization, the state suffered damage amounting to more than 1.6 billion hryvnia. The first hearing in the case, according to the press service of the Nabu, is scheduled for June 2019. The case will be considered by the Pekarsk District Court of Kiev.